Russell Westbrook speaks to the media for the first time as a Sacramento King. You'll hear every word that he had to say. Plus, I still haven't reacted to the Kings' preseason win over the Los Angeles Lakers. It's all right here for you on Locked On Kings.
You are Locked On Kings, your daily Sacramento Kings podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for another episode of Locked On Kings.
Hello and welcome into Locked On Kings, your podcast hub for Sacramento Kings coverage all regular season long and beyond. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. My name is Matt George. I have the privilege of being your host here. I'm a Sacramento sports anchor and reporter for ABC 10 News. We were just in the Kings practice facility where the Kings held like a mini media day for just Russell Westbrook, right? There were a couple photo stations set up for him to take his team photos, get all of his videos and things recorded. And he came on over where we had a good old-fashioned scrum, the Sacramento media surrounding him, and he spoke with us for about 10 minutes. If you have heard Russell's comments already, you might have seen it on my Twitter account at MattGeorgeSac or just floating around. You can skip ahead to the second segment, which is where I actually talk about like my takeaways and the things that I took away or just heard in interactions with Russ. So you can skip ahead to that. But I encourage you, if you haven't heard Russ speak yet, his press conferences or his media scrum is really, really interesting, really good. So without any further ado, here is your newest Sacramento King, Russell Westbrook, speaking to the media for the first time.
Oh, it feels great. Truly, blessed to be able to have the opportunity to be able to play, enjoy, in a place that, wanted me to come here. So I'm grateful for that.
What's this summer been like for you? It's been a weird summer around the NBA period, but a long time to get here.
From a basketball perspective or a life perspective?
Yes, all of it.
Which one? Oh, summer's been amazing. I've been enjoying family, traveling, working out always, staying ready. Just been enjoying life, to be honest, and then taking one day at a time, and that's about it.
Russell, how did this whole thing come together? This talks have been going on since like the early part of July. And, of course, the players have been looking forward for your arrival and you're here, but how did this all mesh together? I
don't know how it all came together so quickly, but obviously I have a lot of friends and guys that I played with on this team before, and the familiarities with our games and different things like that. But also not just that, but organization that we've, not me personally, but been in contact and trying to figure out ways to make it happen, obviously with salary cap and all these different rules that I've come to learn all the things you can and can't do. And I think it just kind of meshed together that way, and I'm here now. So,
Russ, the Kings fan base is synonymous with energy and passion, and your game has a ton of energy and passion.
Yeah.
How excited are you to feed off the energy at the Golden One Center and light the
very excited, man. I think fans are one of the reasons why I love to play the game. It's one of the reasons why I continue to go out and give everything I have, and being on the road side, I know how great this fan base can be, and I'm grateful, and I'm excited to be able to get out there and have them on our side, on my side, and feed off their energy, and then yes, ultimately like the beam when the opportunity presents itself.
Hey Russ, Malik said you're one of his favorite teammates of all time. We know how great you are on the court.
How much? What? Say it again.
One of his favorite teammates of all time.
No, say it one more time.
One of his favorite teammates of all time.
Okay.
What are you looking to contribute off the court with the guys in the locker room, and especially the young guys?
Yeah, man, I think since I've been in this league, leadership is not just something that I'm fortunate that you guys see are on the floor, but my job, and I think one of my traits as a leader, is to be able to learn about guys' journeys off the floor, how they got to this point, what inspired them, what pushes them, and I think been able to do that. And obviously I've known Malik since he was high school. He's worked out with me in college, and able to know his story allows me to be a better teammate a better brother to my teammates, and I think to me that's what I look forward to most in any part of my journey. Being able to impact and inspire somebody daily is always my daily goal, to run into somebody and maybe I can inspire them and do something that they think they can do. So I look forward to doing that.
Russ, what intrigues you about this roster?
The doubt that everybody have against us.
What's your assessment of just the talent here, how you fit, and what you can do?
Honestly, man, I haven't in practice yet, and I haven't been able to kind of get on the floor, but things will find its way and figure it out. My job is to be able to come here and find ways to be able to help the organization, help the team in any way I can, and I'll do that.
Your number 18th season. Is it possible this is the last year in the league for you?
All right.
Okay.
What keeps you going, and what drives you most?
Family. My family, my supporters, the ability to be able to be grateful and blessed to be able to wake up and have limbs and things at work and be able to use them, and using this platform to build other parts of my life and businesses, and just the overall fun I have while playing and enjoying the game. And I think it's something I'd never ever take for granted, and grateful to be able to do that again.
Russ, you talked to Doug. What is it that Doug is asking from you with this team? What kind of
just be me, and I think that with that is a lot of different things, as simple as it sounds, but definitely being able to instill who I am, values and different things that I've learned in this league on the roster.
Russ, you've always played with a chip on your shoulder. The way this summer played out, I'm wondering, is there any extra motivation? Because you talk about the people doubting the team, but obviously you have doubters yourself. Like, is there any extra motivation in proving that you still have a lot left?
You know what? To be honest, I mean, it's really been like this my whole career, so it's not nothing new, unfortunately. And I'm grateful, and I'm blessed for the doubt, the indecision, the if I can and will play. I know what I'm capable of when given the opportunity, and when the season starts, given opportunity, I'm gonna do what I've always done and go out and compete. And there are gonna be people that love it, there are gonna be people that hate it. That's life for me. I didn't make it 18 years on accident, and I'm grateful to be able to still be here standing and given an opportunity to go out and compete. So I'll do the same thing I've been doing. And yes, the chip has always been on my shoulder. It won't go nowhere until I'm done playing.
Russ, speaking of those 18 years, you've accomplished a lot in your illustrious career. Is there anything else you're looking to add to that resume, or something that's really driving you to continue playing?
Oh, no, I just answered it. Nothing, I think the cliche answer everybody is like the championship. But like I've said in the past, man, like being the champion is hard, man. It's not up to me. I'm not doing it by myself. Like, as much as the media and sports fans and everybody put the emphasis on championship, it's like you have to be really lucky. You have to things have to align a certain way. You have to have great talent. A lot of things have to happen for you to be able to win. So like, I don't put a lot of pressure on myself to be able to add certain things to my resume. To be honest, once I got drafted, and to me, there you go. That's right. For me, I added something, and now it's what I do with this platform and this journey to help and inspire other people. To me, is what going to determine, what I do moving forward.
You've played in Sacramento many times over the years. What has always been your impression of playing here in front of these fans?
No, they've been loud. They talk a lot of mess to me when I was here, which is great. I take that as a compliment always. But now being on the home side, I'm looking forward to, feeding off their energy, feeding off my energy to, get some wins out of it.
Do you remember when you played for UCLA your freshman year here at the Arco Arena?
It's Indiana, for sure.
When you was with Darren Collison?
Yep.
What do you think about that journey, forward here today?
I mean, happened fast.
Why 18?
Year 18. Other numbers I wanted wasn't available. It took me, the process of me finding another number took me a second. I was trying to figure it out. Because I'm always about anything that's significant and that makes sense for me. And, this is the only one that connect with something that, has some value to me.
When Clifford modeled for Honor the Gift, your clothing brand, what's the connection with me?
Just the uniqueness about him and his journey, and I think he's a really good player. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people if he hasn't already, with his ability to be able to do multiple things on the floor. And just from college and me watching a little bit, my brand is always about uniqueness, about community integrity, different things that people value. And Nick was somebody that I thought that connected well with Honor the Gift.
Do you hope to play on Wednesday?
What do you say?
Hope to play on Wednesday?
The first game?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, your career is well documented. Kings fans are familiar with your game. But if you wanted the fan base, the community to know one thing about you coming in to play here, what would it be?
That I'm a human being. I think it's very important that people understand that, I try to be the best I can possibly be. But I think we are human. We all make mistakes. We all do things and wake up, and everyone here made a mistake today. I don't know what it was, but we did it. You know what I mean? I think we're all human. I think understanding that, and giving the grace that we give each other, to me is more important. So that's what I would say.
What was last night, yesterday, like having that fan fest, kind of putting on the jersey the first time, getting that first taste?
Oh, it was great, man. It was good. I think the best thing about sports is community and fans, and I think it allows you to be able to connect with the young fans, the older fans, the long-time fans, and I think it's a good experience for everyone, and I really enjoyed it.
Scott Perry talked to you about changing the culture around here. That's one of the big things you've been preaching for the past few months. Y'all had that conversation, and how did that go?
We did.
Just leave it at that?
Yeah, we did.
Before we get to my reactions to what Russell Westbrook had to say, want to let you know that Locked On Kings is brought to you by a pair of phenomenal sponsors. The first one being Peloton. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. It's their most advanced equipment yet, designed to give you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or cross-training with your favorite instructors. This is training reimagined. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with tools that help you plan, stay motivated, and reach peak performance. The Peloton IQ system is amazing. It offers real-time strength coaching. It actually will track your reps and suggest the right weights and corrects your form, making every rep safer and smarter. The swivel screen is a game changer. You can go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training without missing a beat, and the personalized class recommendations keep you engaged. You get workouts tailored to your vibe and energy level each week. So let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus today at onepeloton.com. Locked On Kings is also brought to you by Monarch Money. Let's be honest, most of us can't even name all of our financial accounts, let alone what they are worth. Between 401ks, savings, and investments, it's easy to lose track. That can mean leaving money on the table. That's why I started using Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or on your phone. It has helped me organize my accounts, track my spending, and get a better handle on my investments. And I don't even have to touch a spreadsheet. That's a big deal for me. I love that I can review everything with my wife. We can see our shared goals, and Monarch's visual dashboard and smarter tools make it so much easier to understand where my money is going. That's a big thing, and how to make it work for me. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com, or just monarch.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarch.com, code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. So first impressions of Russell Westbrook. Cool guy, right? Cool guy. Got to interact with him. First time that I've ever personally gotten to interact with Russ. Covered him many times over the course of my career. Never gotten to interact with him that closely before. And you could tell that he was definitely happy to be here. I sensed kind of a sense of relief. It's like, okay, I'm on a team. I know the season starts in a couple days. Haven't even practiced with the team yet, but I'm here. I'm in an NBA uniform. I'm ready for season 18. So at least that's the sense that I got from Russ. But just a few takeaways from that presser. You heard the relationship that he already has with Malik Monk, going back and forth with Ryan from Fox Sports Radio. The two of them going back and forth about how Malik Monk said that Russ is one of his favorite teammates, and Russ talked about Malik working out with him as a high schooler in the past. So that's pretty cool. You can already tell there's that established relationship and that goofiness between the two of them. I thought it was what he had to say about being a leader was really interesting, right? He emphasized he looks forward to getting to know his brothers, like getting to know them and being able to connect with them, to hear their stories and to be able to inspire them any way that he can or work with them any way that he can. Again, there's just this misconception out there that Russell Westbrook is somehow a cancer to a locker room. It's just simply not true. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why it exists, because I've told you this before. Every player that I've talked to about Russ, every coach, every front office member, and like any media member that has covered Russ, like they all tell me, no, Russ is a great teammate. You hate going against him, but you love having him in your locker room, right? He's a great teammate. He's been a great leader. He's extremely well respected around the league, and now the Kings have that leadership in their locker room. I did like his answer to Michelle Dapper's question. She asked, like, what intrigues you about this roster? And he was kind of the old Russ came out a little bit. He's like, oh, that people doubt us, the amount that people doubt us. And remember, DeMar DeRozan kind of felt the same way. He said earlier in training camp that it pisses him off how much doubt there is around this team and what people are saying about this team. Hey, myself included, I have a lot of doubts about this Sacramento Kings team, and that seems to be on Russ's radar and motivating him. He still clearly has that chip on his shoulder that we know Russ likes to play with. He, of course, had to have one of his moments, his facial expression moments. And if you know Russell Westbrook and his media scrums over the years, he's had many moments with his just facial expressions or questioning reporters' questions. And Jason Anderson of the SAC-B, who has very interesting relationships with a number of Kings players and coaches, from the back and forth he used to have with Buddy Hield to Doug Christie likes to mess with him because Jason's always the one asking Doug, like, about rotation questions or lineup questions, those secrets that Doug and typically coaches don't want to give away until they have to. Jason's always the guy asking about that. Jason's doing his job. Of course, he asks Russ if this is his last year, and Russ gives him one of his famous facial expressions. And then finally, I love what Russ said about what Doug asked from him. Like, hey, just be yourself, right? Russell Westbrook is not coming in here and going to change the way he plays drastically. And I think a lot of people go, well, Russ being himself, shouldn't that be concerning in Sacramento, Matt? Because Russ likes to score and he likes to be a ball-dominant guard. Russ knows where he's at in his career, and he knows where this team is at. He's not dumb. Russell Westbrook is not coming in here and saying, this is my team now, I'm taking over, I'm taking 15 shots a game. Russ is going to come off the bench. He's going to be a backup point guard for the Sacramento Kings. He's going to provide energy. He's going to provide leadership. He's going to provide accountability. That is what he is here to do. And that is naturally who he is. So that's what Doug Christie means by being yourself, right? Be that version of Russ. Fire this crowd up when needed. Fire this team up when needed. Hold these guys accountable. Be an extension of Doug Christie and the coaching staff. Help establish the culture here in Sacramento. That is Russ being himself, which is why Doug wants that from him. That's why the Sacramento Kings went out and got him. I want to hear your takeaways, your thoughts on what Russ had to say. If you weren't excited about Russ before, are you excited now? What are you hoping to see out of him on Wednesday's season opener? Let me know. At MattGeorgeSack on Twitter. Email me, mattgeorgesports@gmail.com, and leave your thoughts in the YouTube comment section down below. Like I said at the top of the show, this episode of Locked On Kings is also brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. You pick a bet, you put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app, and that's when you can really start to play. There's so many great ways to play on FanDuel, whether you like to build these crazy parlays that when they hit, you cash out big. If you like to try player prop bets for specific games that you're watching or for a night in the NFL or NBA, you can do that. And you can even follow live lines during the games that you are watching on your couch or even in the stadium. It makes watching football even more exciting when you've got a little something riding on the action. Whether you're a casual fan or love diving into the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Finally, Locked On Kings is brought to you by GameTime. Basketball season is officially here, and nothing beats being in the arena for those opening games. But let's be real, getting tickets can be a total headache between waiting in queues, surprise fees, and prices that jump right before checkout. It's easy to get frustrated when all you want to do is cheer on your team. That's where GameTime comes in. It's the app that gives fans the advantage. It's your ultimate life hack for scoring amazing NBA tickets fast, easy, and stress-free. You can use GameTime to grab seats for the Kings home opener this coming Friday against the Utah Jazz, and you can get those great seats in minutes. In fact, little pro tip for you. On GameTime, the closer you get to the event, the better the prices are. So don't be afraid to wait until Friday morning or Friday afternoon to get your tickets on GameTime. I love that the prices you see, that's what you pay, right? When you're picking your tickets, it says, let's say, $130 per seat for lower bowl. You get those two tickets, they're $130 per seat. There's no $20 or $30 of surprise fees at the end of the final layer of checkout. And you can see exactly what your seats are going to look like. GameTime's seat views are as accurate as they come. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Well, I apologize that I've taken 48 hours to react to the one preseason win the Sacramento Kings had. To make it even worse, Matt, it's the Lakers. The Kings beat the Lakers. Who cares if it doesn't count? It's always great when the Kings beat the Lakers. How in the world have you made us wait this long to talk about it? I apologize. I was covering Friday Night Football the night of that game, and I got home after midnight, was exhausted, ended up going to bed. Woke up the next day, watched the game, and I had a lot of fun watching that game. I mean, no DeMar DeRozan, no Domantas Sabonis, no Russell Westbrook, no Malik Monk, no Keegan Murray, and the Sacramento Kings put on a show, right? There are guys that had better games than Nick Clifford on the Kings, and we'll talk about them, but I want to talk about Nick. I'm all in on Nick. I'm all in. And I've felt this way even before that game. I'm not overreacting to one game. Nick has impressed the heck out of me from the minute he stepped on the floor in Summer League. He does not look like a rookie. He looks like an NBA player. He looks like someone who has been in the league for a while. And I know there are always concerns when you draft older rookies. Matt, he's a rookie and he's 24 years old already. Isn't that concerning? No, because he plays like a 24-year-old up here. He's got the IQ. Even before he was making all these great passes, and he had 7 assists on Friday night. He looked fantastic. His distribution, and a lot of his assists were dimes. I'm talking like bounce passes to baseline cuts. He hit Zach LaVine on a nasty baseline cut for a layup. He was diming out there. That passing from Nick Clifford was fantastic. But he always seems to put himself in the right spots, right? He has a nose for the basketball. He's in the right areas. He's making the right plays, making the right decisions. Like, the game does, you hear rookies talk about all the time, man, the speed of the game, and you have to relearn it and stuff like that. I'm not saying that the NBA is easy for Nick. And I'm not saying there's not going to be growing pains. Of course there are going to be. He's already experienced them to some extent, especially when like defending and fouling, when he's defended stars like James Harden. But he looks smart. He looks ready. I am all in on Nick Clifford. We got to see him start, but the circumstances were different. I've been wanting to see Nick Clifford start in place of Keegan Murray. I still think the Kings should at least consider doing that on Wednesday night season opener in Phoenix. I don't think they're going to do it, but I think they should consider it. But I don't think it's a coincidence that Nick Clifford starts and has his best game of preseason. Don't think it's a coincidence at all. And I know there's concerns about that second unit. Hopefully with Russ being here, that second unit will be a little bit better and getting Malik Monk back. He missed the last 2 preseason games with an illness. Hopefully getting those guys back, the second unit will look better than it has looked. And I know Nick is probably going to be an important piece of that second unit, but look, I don't know realistically, like if this is NBA 2K and all you have to do is switch a roster spot or switch a rotational spot, easy, whatever. There's no human element to it. I don't know if Doug Christie can ask DeMar DeRozan, hey, can you come off the bench? We want you to be that scorer with that second unit. Doesn't mean you're not going to be on the floor during closing time, that you're a closer. That's when we need you the most, is clutch time. But offensively, sometimes it doesn't look like you fully fit what we're trying to do with this starting group. Can you come off the bench, be our sixth man, be our super scorer that you come in and just get buckets? That is your job. And then you close games out in the fourth quarter if it's close. And we'll start Nick Clifford, who does a better job spacing the floor and better job defending. Again, I don't know if Doug Christie can ask DeMar that. We're talking DeMar DeRozan. We're talking first ballot Hall of Famer. We're talking an absolute legend in this game. I don't know if Doug Christie can ask him to do that. I really don't. And some of you might be going, well, he should. He's the head coach. He needs to do. But understand, you're not the one that has to go up to DeMar DeRozan and ask him to do that. It's not an easy thing to do. And if it doesn't work optically, you get destroyed for it. You'll probably get destroyed for it anyway when you make that first decision. So I don't know if Doug can do it. I think he should strongly consider it. I don't think one preseason game is enough for him to go full confidence into it, but that might be something to monitor as the season goes on. Hey, this isn't working. Can we switch things up, DeMar? Can we move you to the bench? Maybe. I would hope DeMar would be open-minded to it, but I don't know if you realistically could ever ask that question or if it ever would happen. Shout out Keon Ellis. 6 threes in this game. He was red hot from three-point range. And here's what I love the most about this Keon Ellis game. Not that he was hitting shots. Everybody was hitting shots. And thank God, because we know the Kings have shot terribly in preseason so far. The amount of threes that Keon Ellis hit off the dribble. Did that excite anybody else? Oh, that fired me up. That's what Keon has worked on this offseason more than anything else, he said. He's worked on shooting off the dribble, and a majority of these threes were not catch and shoot. He got the ball, he took 1 or 2 dribbles, stepped back, let it fly. You could tell he was feeling it. He and Gabe Vincent, shout out Stockton's own Gabe Vincent, were going back and forth, but Keon was hitting shots off the dribble. You'd love to see it. Very fired up by that. I'm very curious with what Doug does with this second unit now that Russ is here, and with Malik and Keon, and 3 guards in that second unit, Russ is going to play bigger because he's naturally a bigger guy. I don't know. It would be very interesting to see what those second unit rotations are like now that Russell Westbrook is here, but Keon looked fantastic. Dennis Schroeder finally had a little bit of a breakout game. He led the Kings in scoring. Dennis Schroeder looked awesome. He made really, really smart decisions, stepped up in a major way with other top guys out. You love to see that. That's the Dennis Schroeder, not necessarily the 25 points a night, but that level of engagement from Dennis Schroeder, and he did a really good job just running the team and running the game. That Dennis Schroeder is going to be needed a number of times over the course of this season, so that was awesome to see too. Sorry to end on a little bit of bad news, but we got to do it. This information came out yesterday, and if you listen to my last episode of Locked On Kings, where we kind of speculated that this was coming, it shouldn't have caught you by surprise. Domantas Sabonis, grade 1 right hamstring strain. He's out for the next week. Well, at least a week from yesterday, which means he will not be available in Wednesday's season opener against the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are pretty weak at the center position, so I think the Kings can survive that. He will not be available on Friday's home opener against the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are not the greatest team, of course, but they have Yusuf Nurkic and Walker Kessler at the center position. So Drew Eubanks and Maxime Reynaud or Dylan Cardwell or Isaac Jones or whoever Doug Christie decides to play at that backup center spot, those guys are going to have their hands or their work cut out for them on Friday. We do not know whether or not he will be good to go for Sunday's game against the Lakers in Sacramento. Technically, that's a week from today, not a week from yesterday. So in theory, after that Jazz game, he could be cleared to play and could be back for that Laker game. You don't want to rush him back. Hamstring injuries are no joke, especially for big men. You got to be really careful with it, so we'll see how he's feeling. But there is a chance that Domas will play on Sunday against the Lakers. I got a lot of great content coming for you at this opening week of the Kings season. Very excited about that. My partner at ABC 10, Kevin John, is going to join me for a Kings season preview or final season preview that we're going to record here in just a little bit. That'll be tomorrow's episode. I'm planning on getting together with the Locked On Suns podcast to preview the Kings and Suns on opening night, so keep an eye out for that. Plus, of course, post-game podcasts for both the Suns game and from the Golden One Center for Friday night's game and the Golden One Center for Sunday night's game. If you're going to the home opener or Sunday's game against the Lakers, hit me up. Let me know. I'm always at the top of section 105. That's the media section. Come by and say hi. Who knows how good this team is going to be? But they're our team, and they're back. I'm very excited for Sacramento Kings basketball for real to begin this week. Appreciate your support as always. Can't wait to have you join me on the next episode of Locked On Kings. Until then, my name is Matt George. You've been listening to the Locked On Kings podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network.